When I was a child, I remember my parents taking me to this sideshow, and we will see all these two-headed chickens and all these like pigs with 6 legs and like all this weird stuff, and just stay in my head.
Every time when I would go to bed, I would always think the monsters live in the ducts of the house. And whenever it was nighttime and the heat would come on, I would always think that these monsters were coming from the basement, from hell, from under the earth, through my house, through the ducts, to come grab me and take me down into where they live.
I heard the story like some time ago about Guillermo Del Toro, the director, that he will see monsters when he was a kid, and then one day he confronted the monster, and in the end they became friends, and he started writing horror movies.
The story for us is basically a representation of how everybody has something inside that's bothering them, and they bottle it up, and the monster for us is a metaphor to represent all those fears come to life. So in the case of Guillermo in our film, his monster is basically being bullied at home by his sister, and this monster that he kind of runs into in the washroom is the buildup of all that. You know, my personal feeling is that most films these days, more emphasis is put on the effects rather than good storytelling.
We didn't want it to go to the CG side, we wanted to do more prosthetics and using more of the traditional filmmaking.
And effects assisting the story rather than, you know, being the story kind of thing.
The boy in the film really manifests this creature in the image of the way he envisions his sister, which is just this beast, this creature that day after day torments him. The monster is portrayed as blind, and then this is because the boy has glasses and he's not able to see all that well, so part of his fear is that he might not be able to see this creature or beast coming to get him, and that's terrifying. Freddy came to me and he had something in mind of what he wanted to achieve, and it was this really over-the-top, emaciated, balding, blind monster with this protruding spine coming out of the back. It's an extremely lengthy process making a monster from scratch. First it starts out with taking a copy of the actor's body so that we can have a good armature to work from. Once we have those life casts, we go into create a sculpture that looks exactly like the maquette so that we can have this actor portray the creature and really convey a convincing character in the film.
The most challenging part of this project is that it has a very high production value. For me, that's my main challenge on this project, is where can we bring and pool our resources locally and still maintain a very high production quality.
Taking Freddy's, makeup and makeup effects background, and my background in visual effects, we really want to homogenize these two qualities and create a very kind of eerie but yet a very powerful message as well about bullying and about imagination.
You look around you everywhere and bullying seems to be increasing. Like, I'm always hearing these stories about kids, they just don't have positive feedback about themselves.
Everyone has, low points in their life, and if you stand up to it and you recognize it and you confront it, you can blossom.
One thing that's really wonderful about Indiegogo is that it's bringing together a community of artists supporting other artists, and with your generous donation you can certainly make this film happen.
I'm just happy to be involved with this and with Shervin and Sarah and all these people, like just being like really looking at something bigger than we thought it was going to be in the beginning. We appreciate your help, and thank you very much.